What's up, YouTube? This is your girl, Megan. Welcome back to the Hood Astro Queen, to all of my returning subscribers. However, if this is your first time joining me on today, be sure to hit that subscribe button, mash that thumbs up button, share the video because you know you want to. Also, if you're interested in booking a natal chart reading, contact me at astrowerld@gmail.com. That's Astro, WERLD at gmail.com. So today I'm coming at y'all once more with another celebrity birth chart reading, and I'm annoyed as fuck because this is my second time recording this video due to YouTube's bullshit ass, pussy ass copyright strikes. It's too much. It's too much, okay? So, yes, Todrick Hall, for those of you all who are not familiar, is a singer, dancer, all-around entertainer. I am actually late to the party because I didn't know who he was until recently. However, he predominantly occupies the YouTube space or the YouTube arena, and he does a lot of mashups, compilation videos, and he does put out original content, original work. So he's really good. He's really good. Very, very talented. He's an LGBTQ activist, and he weaves a lot of those themes in his content, in his productions and whatnot. And lately he's been under fire as it's been revealed that allegedly he doesn't pay his workers. So he'll have these video shoots or he'll create or have these major productions and then not pay the people involved, okay? And his former assistant came out and confirmed this and also alleged that he had been guilty of some type of sexual misconduct, sexual harassment. He hires prostitutes, which in and of itself isn't illegal, okay? It doesn't make you a bad person for hiring prostitutes. However, if he is fucking with people without their consent, then obviously that's an issue there. So he came out, and I think it was on Twitter or something of that nature, to basically dispute the allegations of him not paying the people who work for him. But he's clearly outnumbered. And if everybody's saying the same thing about you, then there has to be something to it, right? Or that's how my mind works, at least. So I pulled up his birth chart just to see if there were any if there was anything to these allegations from an astrological perspective. And I mean, yes, to put it, that's the long and short of it. Yes, there are. So I kind of want to expound on that. Now, Todrick Hall was born on April 4th, 1985 in Arlington, Texas, making him a Aries sun, Libra moon, and he actually has an Aries stellium, which is quite interesting because Aries is the sign of self-preservation. It can create a person who is extremely selfish, and they have the mentality of, if anything fucked up is going to happen, it's going to be to you and not me. Okay? When times get hard and it's coming down to the wire, when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, Aries is going to persevere. And a lot of people call it selfish. And you know, selfish doesn't necessarily mean it doesn't have to be negative, but it can be. It can be. And I think in this case, in Todrick's case, it is. Okay? But also that Aries stellium can also deal with him being so successful, as it deals with a person or points towards a person being very original, very unique in a sense, also very much a trailblazer within their profession, within their career, and somebody who is extremely hardworking, but in a way, this creates a scenario to where the very things that make him successful are the things that are his downfall and the things that can come back to bite him in the ass and at the end of the day. So that's very interesting. The Aries energy also is very athletically inclined, which can deal with him being an amazing dancer. And he does do a lot of dancing in his videos and whatnot. And his sun is forming a sextile to his Jupiter at the 11th degree of Aquarius. The number 11 does denote conflict, challenges. And this configuration can point to where a person is receiving a lot of free shit. Okay, a lot of help by way of other people. That Jupiter in Aquarius does deal with unexpected blessings by way of other people. and kind of lucking up on that, being lucky. You can even look at this configuration as him taking advantage of being at the right place at the right time, him being aligned with the right people, and being in positions to where he's naturally going to benefit from the work of others. Okay? So there's that. Also, his moon is, well, we don't know exactly what degree his moon is in because we don't have his exact time of birth. But his moon is in Libra, and it's squaring his Neptune at the 3rd degree of Capricorn, which can deal with a lot of his relationships being severed by way of his drive to create a name for himself. Okay? Him trying to succeed in business and him being so focused on his career to the point where he's willing to make enemies, or where he just does make enemies in the process. And in turn, it can absolutely fuck up his face card and cause some damage to his reputation. Because that moon in Libra is all about your connections. It's all about your relationships with people. And it's all about fairness and balance. But, his Neptune in Capricorn is like, fuck that shit. We want what we want. You know what I'm saying? And it could also deal to where, or point towards where somebody is actually being deceitful or less than honest about their business dealings. And once again, that Libra is the sign of enemies, open enemies. So once again, tying into creating enemies by way of business dealings and whatnot. So, that's very consistent with this scenario. And I'm definitely inclined to believe these allegations, just full stop. His Mars is at the 14th degree of Taurus, which can deal with him working in the music industry. But typically, Mars, Taurus individuals are hard workers. They don't mind working for their daily bread. They are very much business oriented, okay? However, with his Mars squaring his Jupiter in Aquarius, this can deal with him cutting corners in business. And this could point towards where he's taking advantage of all of the free shit and blessings and work done by others. Him capitalizing off of the work done by others. You can even look at this as him feeling entitled to what he gets, or him feeling entitled in the sense that, okay, these people should do X, Y, Z, and I should be able to get that free of charge because I deserve it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who can kind of take those blessings and kind of manipulate them in a way. Okay. And you can even look at this aspect as the truth coming out about his less than ethical business dealings, because that Jupiter in Aquarius can also deal with shocking truths, exposure, somebody, and a type of truth that hits you in the face. You know what I'm saying? And, there's that. But it can also deal with truths coming out about his sexuality, his sexual, I guess you could say, dealings, and his sex life, which his former secretary or assistant did come out to say that he was sexually harassing people and that he hired escorts and he did this, that, and the third. So, and I have no doubt that he's into some kinky shit, because this aspect can make for a stone cold freak, as well as his Mars forming a quincunx to his Uranus in Sagittarius. He's a freak. He's a freak. He's probably into some shit, okay? I'm not doubting that. He probably flies people in. That's that Mars square and Jupiter energy. And he probably does have a very large sexual appetite. Mars in Taurus can be very, very sexual. Squaring Jupiter, it can, in Aquarius anyway, it can be very perverted. And then you have the smoking gun, which is his Saturn conjoined to his Scorpio South Node. And this can absolutely deal with him owing people a lot of money. Okay, as this configuration, specifically Scorpio or Saturn in Scorpio, can point towards a person who has a lot of karmic debt surrounding sex, but also debt and owing, finances. They can amass a lot of debt. These people can owe a lot of money to other people. So I mean, that's the nail in the coffin, so to speak. And this could also produce a situation to where he's very manipulative, very sneaky. And with his Taurus North Node, he has a karmic duty to be a reliable and dependable person, aka pay these motherfuckers their money. If they're doing work for you, if people are laboring for you, do the right thing. Be dependable, be reliable, be practical, be an upstanding person. That's that Taurus North Node. Okay. But as long as he's trying to find ways to trick people out of their money or kind of skirt around the issue and being less than honest about it, okay, aka his Saturn conjoined to his Scorpio South Node, he's going to experience a lot of difficulties. Now, I will say this though, even despite all of the scandal and the situation at hand, and like I said, I do very much believe he's guilty of all of that. He's guilty of all of that. However, if he plays his cards right, Saturn and Scorpio can create a person who is, they have the ability to transform their reputation and their career. For better or worse, it's really up to you. But if he plays his cards right, I don't think these accusations are necessarily the end of his career, full stop. So, with that being said, man, just do the right thing, Ty. Like, pay these motherfuckers their money. And that's on period. Also, as it pertains to the sexual allegations, like I said, that Saturn and Scorpio, especially conjoined to the South Node, can produce a lot of karmic debt surrounding sex. And I would not be surprised if he was into some dark shit and if he was abusing his power and doing all types of shit. So, you know, even that is very much consistent with a lot of the allegations being brought up against him in that respect. I also wanted to point out this yacht that he has in his chart, which includes his Neptune, Pluto, and his Chiron in Gemini. So his Neptune in Capricorn is forming a sextile to his Pluto at the 3rd degree of Scorpio. It's like a perfect sextile, an exact sextile. And that can deal with him being famous, him gaining a lot of notoriety, a lot of power, but also in the process, him kind of, doing shit that he really ain't got no business doing, lying, cheating, stealing, acting kind of in a less than honest manner. And with that Chiron, his Chiron in Gemini being at that apex point of the yacht, it's kind of like you can even look at that as him being exposed. So whenever he's in a position to where he gains too much power, he's gaining too much notoriety, or even when he's acting in less than an honest way, you know what I'm saying? He's being less than honest. Somebody being able to expose him. So in a sense, this can happen at any time, which should really motivate him to dot his I's and cross his T's and play by the rules, which, if you want to be honest, could even correlate to his Taurus South Node. The Taurus South Node is the status quo, playing by the rules, doing what you're supposed to do. Because anytime you stray from that, you're going to get spanked. Okay, so he really does have a karmic duty to kind of fulfill that energy signature, or else he's really going to find himself in a lot of trouble. But as I stated before, if he plays his cards right, he could still definitely go on to still be very, very successful, though. Which some people might not want to hear, but it's just the truth. So, yeah, let me see. Because I really didn't want to get into all of his chart because I don't care. I don't. But, it is a trending topic and a lot of people have been talking about it and a lot of people have been asking me to do the reading. So here it is, y'all. And like I said, I'm annoyed. Excuse me. I'm not chipper and jolly like old Saint Nick, girl. It's too much, girl. YouTube getting on my goddamn nerves. So anywho, drop down in the comment section. Let me know what you think about Todrick. What did you think about this reading? What do you even think about this scandal in and of itself? Make sure you practice unconditional self-love so that you can love others. And as always, until the next video, I holla.